Hey there everyone, it's Val, and welcome back to Tolkiencraft II, The Labors of Valentine. Today's tour should be pretty quick. Well, you know me, sometimes I manage to meander on anyway, but the plan is that it's going to be quick. We will see. Alrighty. Last tour, I forgot to mention that I had, well, you probably saw it in the tour, but I didn't actually say anything about it. I had actually worked on the walls some more, so they're complete all the way around to this level. I ended up changing the coloring down here. So we have glowstone, colored glowstone, and we now have temple blocks there, because with the new updates to the texture pack, the blue didn't look blue anymore. The blue limestone looked gray to me, and I wanted it to have more in common with the skystone blocks that it now had. So I had to change them out. Do you mind? Jeez, the nerve of some people. Or ex-people. Right, so anyway, I think it's coming along. I still need to put the windows in. And I need to decide how many they are and where they're going to go. But I'll do that pretty soon. Next, I wanted to show you, I was working on some pulverizing a whole bunch of, well, redstone at the time, and Brandon happened to be online when I said, yep, well, I'm going to go offline now for a while. I have left my pulverizer working hard. It's got a lot to do. And when I came back, he gave me an upgrade on my pulverizer. I had a hardened. I now have a resonant. Not only do I have a resonant, I've got all these beautiful upgrades in it. And he gave me 2 more pulverizers. And a bunch of upgrades. The only one I had to make was this one. And so that let me set up 3 versions of the pulverizer. So this is this gives the highest secondary chance. So plus 10%, plus 25, and then plus 45. And just 1 speed upgrade, so we lose 5% there. But overall, we're getting, I think, a 75% increase in the chance of secondaries, which for ferrous is very important because you want to get the shiny metal, the secondary output of shiny metal, as much as you can get. So that works really well, I think. This is for fast processing for something where I don't really care what the secondary is, if there is a secondary. And boy, does it scream along. And then, of course, you know, if it's something where I want some of the secondary, but I don't really care too much about it, then I can throw them in here. And I've changed them all so they are going out the back, where they are hooked up to the AE system now. So everything will be going into the AE system, and I don't have to keep moving it manually, which is awesome. Right, I also built these machines. I finally got myself an induction smelter. It is not hooked up to the AE system. None of this is. I actually built this I think it was before Brandon gave me those upgrades. So I really should attach those to the AE system as well. But I haven't yet. And of course, magma crucible and a fluid transposer. So I was playing a little bit with retrieval nodes, and I found out, well, first you have to hook them up to the tank to which you want to put something, not the item from which it's coming. And I put item filters in each one to tell it what can go into those tanks, and it seems to be working. The only odd thing that I noticed was that if I give it 1,000 millibuckets of liquid, only 800 ever makes it here. And I tried it several times, and each time only 800 made it there. So I'm not quite sure what is happening. I don't know if that's a bug or if it's intentionally consuming 25% or 20% of whatever fluid you pass through it, which seems a bit high to me. So perhaps somebody who watches this might know the answer as to whether that is intended, and if so, whether there's some upgrades or something I can put in here to stop it or reduce the amount that it's eating, because I did try one upgrade. Where did I put it? Right here. I tried the stack upgrade. That's the only one that seemed like it might do what I want. And, well, it did nothing. So either I'm using it wrong, or it's not for what I thought it was. So, yeah. And it doesn't say that it's holding any in its inventory, so that's what I thought. You know, at first maybe it was holding that 200 in here, but it doesn't say it is, so I don't know. It just seems a little odd to me. Because if it's holding 200 and it's, you know, filled up with that 200 and I put 1,000 in here, even if it's still holding 200 when it's left over, there should be 1,000 more in here, but there wasn't. It's always 800. No matter how many times I send it through with this in place and unmolested. So the 200 that was in there should be in there if it is in fact in there, and it's not saying that it is. And somebody suggested that I put this here when I was trying to get it to work. And I guess at one point you were able to place it there. You can't do that anymore. That's, I think, to show you what's passing through. And you have to put them down here. And there's 2 invisible slots. So this texture needs to be updated for the new version of this. So maybe there's something else here that I can't see that's invisible, you know, over on the side, or, you know, something like that. I don't know. This is one of the mods that I am learning with Tolkiencraft II, so there could be things that are supposed to be there that aren't because the texture needs updating, and I am totally oblivious to that fact. Right. Anyway, enough on retrieval nodes. Let's see. I did work on the spawners a little bit. It's not the prettiest thing in existence that I've got set up here. And the Enderman's down here, actually. Oh, I made this pad bigger just so that I didn't matter where I put myself. I was getting tired of having to be on just the right block. And I had thought of it before, but it was Dehasnin commenting in chat that perhaps I should do that. That might work. And so I finally broke down and did it. Right, so in here we've got an Enderman spawner. I have it turned off just for a moment because we're kind of backed up, and apparently something is stuck again. Oh yes, my levers from my work that I was doing earlier. Hopefully it can get caught up now. Anyway, I also made this look a little nicer since it seems to be a permanent fixture now. So this is the wither spawner over here, which is I have shown you in the past. And over here, we still have to turn them manually on and off because, well, I haven't wired it yet. But I've added a Vinculotus from Botania below, and what it does is if you hit an Enderman and he doesn't die in one hit, and he tries to teleport away, you know, to sneak up on you or whatever, the Vinculotus says, oh, no, 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 you're not going anywhere. And it snags the Enderman and plinks him right here, right in front of your sword. And it works very nicely. And here we have a mana pool, and I'm testing out. I think this spark is actually collecting, doing its job. I wasn't sure if it was close enough in order to do that. That's not the one I want. But as best I can tell, it is in fact working. There it is. Because this has been staying full. So I think it is working, even though I can't quite tell for sure. We're kind of in confined space here. So I can't see the particles and whatnot showing who it knows about, who's in its network. I'll give it a bit more time and we'll see if I'm incorrect about it actually keeping it full, but it looks like it's staying full. But anyway. Oh, the reason that I did this was so people could get Enderman heads and Enderman souls if they wanted to set up their own Ender spawner. And right. I've also added this. Makes it a little easier to get around here. And on the second level, I've actually added some wiring, very crude wiring, to allow me to turn on and off the stabilized witch spawner and the creeper spawner. So if you look in there, you can turn the creepers on. And I was doing this so that I could get heads for my eventual Tholmcraft head room to stabilize my altar. And let's just whack these guys. Hey! That's why I was backing up, as I was trying to avoid them exploding each other. But, come here. Would you quit playing over there? Fine. Anyway, this is so I can get heads. I want to do the same thing. Spiders over there. Can't imagine wanting spider heads, but, you know. But you can get blaze souls and whatnot as well, so if people want those, they can come here and get them, or get them in the wild. Whatever they would like to do, and apparently somebody died up here. Let's see, let's go down this way. And I did get a little bit more skeleton creeper heads. I want to get a stack of each of these guys, so I've got to set up a mob spawner, another layer of mob spawners. One side is going to have skeletons and zombies, and the other side is going to have some of the farm animals. Probably cows and chickens, I think, first. Yeah, probably. Anyway, I think that's about... Oh, there's one more thing to show. Let's get rid of the rain. Very nice. Alrighty, as you can see, the old Draconic, what I like to call a Draconic battery, has been removed. I transferred all the power up here, and I also increased the size of this by one layer, so you now have a tier 4, and it is slowly gaining power. I say slowly because I actually switched my ender quarry using this instead of lava, so we're no longer draining the lava dry. We're using a tiny bit of lava for the smeltery and a little bit for making obsidian, but that's about it now. So I think the nether will probably survive and have lots of lava for everybody else now that I've switched over. And what I've switched over to using, we have here four solar generators. This is the highest tier solar generator, and I've got it set up so they alternate between charging and transmitting. So 2 of them are always transmitting energy and 2 are always gathering energy from the sun. Of course, that doesn't work in the nighttime, but in general, they're not sitting idle for very long, which maximizes how much energy we get out of them. And it seems to be quite sufficient for my needs, but as soon as I add any more power eating machinery, I'll have to keep an eye on this and see if I need to add more of them. And I'm just gonna respond to Brandon in the chat, 'cause this is the first time I've seen him since he gave me that lovely gift of the upgraded pulverizers. Oop, that's not how you spell it. Yes, I went over there and I decorated their place for them because, I mean, what do you give the guys who have everything? They don't need any materials, they don't need any machines, so I thought, you know, they haven't had time to decorate for Christmas. So I'm just going to pop over there. Oh, great, he loves them. That's awesome. Great Orator enjoyed them as well. Unfortunately, he was having some connection issues, so he didn't get to enjoy them for very long. So let's just pop over there. And every time I come here, I get base envy. So you'll soon... I'm not going to go through his base and show all his things. You should show off the house Great made me. So, basically, just a little bit of decorations. Of course, stockings for each of the guys. And Santa Claus, of course, had to stop by with his reindeer. And, of course, the Christmas tree with lots of presents around it. So, I'm glad they enjoyed it. This is not a prank. So I didn't do, a setting up the prank video. Okay, I guess we can go see his, Alright, let's see if we can go see the house that Great Orator made for him. I wonder if it's the one in the end, which I did have a look at. Well, he's not here, so it might be at the end. I wouldn't call the one at the base at the end a house. There's a new... It's called... Oh, it is the underbase. Wouldn't call it a house. It doesn't have a roof or anything. And Terrafina, jealous I didn't get visited by Santa. Sorry about that, Terrafina. There he is. Like it's hard to do the little when you're flying. Oh wow! Actually, this is new. This is new. Wow. Nice balcony overlooking that part. So this is must be what he was working on. Yes, that's quite the painting. Oh, we're in the man cave part. Main base is getting a little overloaded. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Oh, and the nice little contemplation gardens. It's very nice. Wow. I will say, Great Orator is an awesome designer. Of the trouble switch, I guess you would call it. Let's go down. Oh, let's go down here. Oh, heavens. This is... the emergency void dump. That was the button I meant. And hang on here, I'm just going to turn down the hostile creatures a touch. I think someone got out. Just need to automate the wither farm. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Okay, then. Yeah, I think you need to automate. Sorry for the typos, but interesting. Ethereal glass. Alrighty, just making sure. Alright, let's tell him that this is awesome. I need some stars. So I hope he sees that I put them on the ground there. He's not in my chat, so I have to type to him, so sorry for all this. This is fantastic. Oh yeah. Mine is definitely not that elaborate. You still must execute withers by hand at my place, I'm afraid. Alrighty, let's head back. And then I can double check my list to make sure... Come on, bag, open please. Thank you. I guess it would help if I didn't crouch, huh? Castle Val. Off we go. Alright, I think I only have one other thing that I think I'd like to show if I can get out of the house. I did set up a tiny little farm here. Alright, just drop a thought in his head about the vinculotus. Right, so yeah, I started a little farm here so that I could do some of the quests for the custom NPCs in town, one of which was my doppelganger. I think, though, I'm probably going to end up just putting one of each type in this area here, and then just using bone meal. I mean, I have lots of bones, and whenever I need food. And then I can have a nice compact little farm right there, and I can think about moving my animals out to someplace a little less crowded. I think they'd enjoy that. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tour. Again, it was supposed to be short. I always say that. Well, I don't always say that. I say that a lot, and well, they're usually not short. Well, I enjoyed looking at Brandon's setup. It's actually much further along than the last time I saw it. The last time I saw it, it had ghasts in it, but that's about it. So, I'm all jealous now. Like I said, every time I go there, I get base envy. What can you do? Anyway, you guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I hope you'd come watch me in the stream sometime, because I'd sure enjoy that. You all take care now. Bye!